Alright, we have a really cool development in this market which I want to break down for you because it is potentially showing us some pretty good signs for Bitcoin right here in this situation. It actually has to do with the S&P 500, and I'm going to get to all of that in just a bit. So if you're excited, do me a favor and smash up those likes on this YouTube video. And I just want to start this off by pointing out, what I was talking about in the last video. I was pretty vocal about how, basically what we've ended up doing in this market, as far as I'm concerned, really, is I'm just going to drop another line basically all the way up here. We had this kind of resistance range that I was mentioning between 21.6 and 22.1. I don't know where my lines have gone, but I had it drawn out very nicely before. Actually, I've just remembered it's on a totally different chart, on this one right here. And I was talking a lot about how I was expecting Bitcoin to kind of test this range, ideally not go very deep into it and then bounce off and find support. For some reason, this was a very controversial opinion and I got a lot of flack for it. So I mean, that is usually a very good symbol, a very good sign for me to know that I'm correct. It's almost always something that happens like this, where I would say something controversial, I'll get a lot of hate in the comments, and then of course, because I'm 𝗬𝗙𝗧𝗍, I'll be right. But here we are again, still correct, and we are now at an important level. Now, here's the thing: is we did end up getting the bounce that I was expecting, and there are some pretty strong implications for a bounce like this. I want to show you this chart right here. No, not this one right here, where you see when Bitcoin was dumping from $30,000 down, we ended up getting this move down, and look at this, we came back up for that kiss of death, as I call it. We pretty quickly came back up, got that rejection, and then bam, the floor just dropped, and we ended up falling by $10,700 or 38.2%. And if you take that 38.2% and you take a look at what's going on right now, where we had this very same line right here offering a little bit of resistance, and then we've come back down over the next couple of days. We've now got that bounce initiated, and we are, if we're looking at a 38% bounce, we are looking at a target of the $30,500 level, which is very cool. Now, there are a few distinct differences. The main difference that I want to point out is that, when we hit this level, we hit it pretty quickly, and then we dumped very quickly. In this case, we hit it slowly, and we obviously haven't got the pump yet. We've got the beginning of a pump, but I'm going to talk about how this can go wrong as well, because you guys know the deal. I mean, obviously, while I have a bias and I think that the market is going to go up, it is my duty, it is my job to make sure that I am still very consciously aware of the ways that I can go wrong, and I've got to constantly challenge myself, because I'm in a trade right now. I made a bunch of money on this trade already. You guys know the deal. I keep forgetting to show you guys the VIP testimonials that we've got. I'm gonna flash them on screen in the next video, but we've had some really cool successes inside of VIP, and if you want to get yourself inside, you already know the deal to join, and you are getting it for 50% off right now, so do take advantage of that while you can. But obviously, while I'm in that trade, I need to be making sure that it's still the right decision to be in this trade, and it's the reason that I've been taking profits high up, and just making sure that I am exercising good risk management. I've already secured a lot of nice profits on this run up, especially closer to the top right here, so I'm quite happy with that. And the thing is right now, we have initiated this pump, but so far it's not big. It's only 4%. And one of the worrying things for me, and I said this even before, is that the fact that we came down here in the way we did wasn't the best. I mean, it's fine, it's just not the best. And now this bounce, this is the thing that I'm not liking. I want to see some more vigor behind this bounce. Here's the good news, though. I think a lot of this is going to be dependent on what happens with the dollar and the S&P 500 and so on. If you, for some reason, don't know what my thoughts are on this, then just make sure that you are subscribed, because I do talk about it quite a bit. But just very quickly to remind you guys, obviously, I think that, Bitcoin being a relatively small market compared to markets like the S&P 500, and Bitcoin being far more mature now than it was in the past, I feel, and I've been saying for a while, that Bitcoin needs conventional markets to perform well in order for speculators to feel confident enough to put their money in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a risky asset. So, when you've got something risky, generally you don't want to take on additional risk unless you feel justified to do so, unless you feel like you have capital to risk, which is to say that you're making money. So when conventional markets perform well, good things can happen to Bitcoin. And I think we've already seen the beginning of that. I've shown you guys this falling channel. We got the breakout, which is great. We didn't really even find resistance where I said that we might, which is even more great. And the good news is that, between basically where we are now and this next block of resistance, I just don't really see anything that can stop the S&P 500 from rising by another 4%. And by the way, to put this in perspective, from its low to its high, the S&P 500 is up by about 10%, whereas Bitcoin, from its low to its high in a similar time frame, managed to rise up by about 3 times more than that. So, if that's going to continue, that potentially hints at another, 12% to the upside, which puts us right on the doorstep of 27k basically, which is, I've been saying 27, 28 as a potential target. Obviously I can be a lot more moon boy than that. It definitely can get better than this. Again, this is the wrong chart. I don't actually have the chart up, but what I did show you previously was that we could be looking at quite a substantial move up for the S&P 500, potentially back up to this high right here. And if we do see something like that, obviously I think that would spell some really, really nice sunny skies for Bitcoin right here. Let's take a look at the dollar. Look at that continuing to slip lower. We actually fell down and got a little bit of a bearish back test, and now we're dropping even lower. Take a look at this. Not quite, haven't really swept this low yet, but if the dollar does, then that would be something to watch out for. The dollar begins... this market opens up in the next 2.5 hours, so not long left until the dollar is going to resume with this index in this market. And there is a bit of a drop for the dollar as well. So the stars are lining up. I'm not saying things that are revolutionary here. I'm actually pretty much just staying very true to what I always do in my analysis. I don't really change how I analyze the markets very much because I don't need to. It works. It's super simple. In this whole video, ladies and gents, how far are we into this video? We are 6-7 minutes in, and I haven't shown you a single indicator. That's how simple I like to keep things. If you appreciate that, then do me a favor and smash up those likes. And of course, like I said, if you want to see how this kind of stuff translates into trading, watch me doing it in real time. Watch me plan out my next trades and get all the details exactly where I'm going to be trading, from my entry level, my stop loss, and all that stuff. It's all available by following these steps on screen. And just very quickly, if you do want to get some free money, Bybit is offering you over $4,000 for signing up to this exchange, and this is the very same exchange that I used to make this trade. In fact, you can see it right here with the profit number I showed, Bybit right there. So this is I trade on Bybit. This is the main exchange I use, and you, if you want to try it, will be getting over $4,000 for it potentially. So what you got to do is follow my link in the description down below, where you'll find Bybit. And you can go ahead and check it out and get yourself some free cash, ladies and gents. Now, what I really like about Bitcoin, zooming in a little bit more, is let's take a look at this on that index chart again on the 1 hour time frame, is that we are actually, we go to the 4, we are kind of slowly trending down in a bit of a descending channel. And what I like about this channel, if we draw this roughly, is that it does just fall straight into this Ichimoku cloud on the 4 hour time frame. And so what we have here is confluence. We've got an already bullish pattern, because this is your typical, you move up, form that staircase, step down, and then you move up again. So we've got bullish pattern number 1 with this wedge, bullish pattern number 2 with this bullish support area, number 2 with this horizontal area, and then number 3 with the Ichimoku cloud. So we do have quite a confluence here. For me, this is the thing, is I struggle to find reasons to be bearish, and especially when, God forbid, I talk about how Bitcoin might bounce off a fucking support level, when I get flack for it. That kind of thing, really tells me a lot about where this market is in terms of sentiment, and it's exactly where it needs to be. It almost sounds like I'm complaining about it, but it's a good sign. It's what I look for. When I want to put out these videos, I sometimes do put out these kind of feelers, and I just want to see how do the vocal minority with extremely low IQs actually respond to what I'm saying, because there are a fair share of stupid people that it's just going to happen with any audience, right? Obviously most of you guys are going to be pretty sensible with your trading and analysis, but we're always going to be attracting some idiots that it's just a revolving door. They'll come and go. It's how it goes. And obviously they are the ones that, you know, I like to see how they're responding to the market. They're the kind of ones I look for on Twitter. I want to see what kind of sentiment they're putting out. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people very, very worried that this rally, like the ones that we've seen before recently and not so recently, will end up failing. And obviously, again, that is bang on exactly what we want to be seeing, while we have all the technical reasons to still, in this short-term time frame, be bullish. And again, I think that's what all of this really boils down to for me. You know, I would love to be bearish with you. It's nice to agree with people. You get a bit of a social high out of it. But at the end of the day, ladies and gents, I am here to make money. And you know what? When support levels appear in mini uptrends, I pay attention. So bam, we've already got that support hit. Like I said, it's not moving as quickly as I'd like it to. Ideally, by now, I'd like to see that we're much higher, even ideally above this high. This is obviously the level to beat now. Anything above 24.2, and we are absolutely off on another big leg, potentially, you know, some price action a little bit like this. Let's actually see what that would look like if I just draw these candles up to here, and we stretch this over here. No, sorry, from our breakout point, that would put us at, again, just a doorstep of 27K. So it's funny how these numbers work out in all cases, isn't it? So that is all looking very, very good. And it's just things that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Let's take a switch, take a look over to Ethereum. I mentioned my target, you guys know very well, was up here. I'm just going to move this line across. We've gotten even closer to my target now. The breakout point was here. And if we take a look at this, the range was a 30% range, and we've now crossed 28.8% of it. So we have basically reached my target now. We are probably going to actually trade inside, I think. This kind of consolidation is a good sign in my opinion. I'm surprised that Ethereum is performing this well against Bitcoin. I mean, you take a look at Ethereum against Bitcoin, and it's just continuing to set higher highs right here. It's only slightly higher, but it is still an uptrend. And so I do think that Ethereum has some sunshine waiting for it, although it is going to be heading straight into this resistance area, and this is a very big resistance area for Ethereum in my opinion. My god, and look at that cloud as well. So Ethereum is really going to be facing a bit of a battle, but you know what the good news is this is almost like a little kid. Here's one of my horrible analogies coming right back in. You got a kid that's like born into a wrestling family, you know, and he's you know, his father was a wrestler, grandfather was a wrestler and everything. You know, how is this kid going to follow the path? He's going to have to eat his fucking vegetables. He's going to have to drink his milk. He's going to have to grow up and become a man, you know, and that growing up, that's happening for Ethereum right here. You know, this is the equivalent of Ethereum drinking its milk and eating its veggies. You know, it is putting itself in a healthier, more developed position to tackle the resistance up ahead. So again, you know what? I'd love to be bearish with you guys, but I'm just not. I'm seeing all the good reasons that I'd love to be seeing in this market. Now, can we lose this progress? Absolutely. Absolutely, yes, we can. We've made a lot of progress in the past with patterns like this. This was a big breakout. For those of you who remember, obviously, we entered a little short-term kind of falling wedge pattern. We got a breakout and we just couldn't sustain it. You know, so we can do really, really good things over here as well. We did a nice little peak above these highs. We had that deviation. We came back down. You know, so Bitcoin is very good at giving us really bullish setups and then completely screwing it up. Absolutely could happen again. I'm not ruling it out, but you know, I don't want to be pessimistic for the sake of being pessimistic. So there you go. I hope you have enjoyed this one. Once more, over $4,000 waiting for you when you check out my link in the description to Bybit. Go ahead and do that if you like getting free money and VIP only available by following these steps on screen right here. The reason I say these steps is if you search for my name on Telegram, you're only going to find impersonators or just otherwise people who are scammers who will take your money and then block you. So the only way for any YouTuber or anyone you follow really to make sure that you're on the correct page is by using links which you would find on my verified YouTube channel. You know what I mean? If it's a verified YouTube channel with, obviously my name is different now, it says Sammy Loyal at the beginning, but you know, if you find a verified channel and it's got a tick and then there's a link, obviously, you know, you would probably know that that link is authentic. So this is the way to join. First link in the description down below, at 4flies button at the bottom of any post, and then bam, send message to ask me how to join, and we'll get you inside with your 50% discount. I really hope you have enjoyed this one. You know what to do. Once more, like, subscribe, tick the bell, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.